So can we test that today we can type something in the chat? Maybe I can share my screen. Last time it decided they want to be. Just saying hi to each other. Just getting to know each other. Tell us your name and where you're joining us from. Please use the chat. Then as we test that it is working properly. Yeah. Welcome to those who are coming in. Just trying to say hi to each other and say where we are joining from. Yeah, thank you, Wanjiru from Nairobi. Let us start. This is the starting of us trying to be very, very active. This training, it's not really a training, it's a group coaching. So we are not coming to listen, we are coming to learn together. Nice, Juliana. So introduce yourself in the chat. Let me see who we have. Elizabeth, thank you and welcome. Michael from Moranga, thank you and welcome. Juliana, thank you. Anne, welcome. Eunice, welcome. Rosarine from Athi River, welcome. So Rosarine and Elizabeth are at the same place. I don't know whether they know. Yeah, so nice to have all of us. I think the others we will welcome them as we go. So let me take this opportunity to really welcome you to this training. And this training is where we are going to be talking about midlife money turnaround. So it is a turnaround is like you've been walking towards a certain direction, then you reach a point and you just want to take a U-turn and try to get things right. So that is what we want to do together. We want to master personal finances, earn more, spend less, invest wisely, retire wealthy, and craft a legacy and prevent a midlife financial crisis. So without knowledge, most of us are at the verge of finding ourselves in a real financial crisis during our midlife. So this training here is to help us to avoid getting into that challenge. So welcome. If you've forgotten, my name is Mary Karoga. I am a midlife coach. I help women who are in the from 30s to 60s, mostly to reinvent themselves, find their purpose, and package it into a business. But this time around, I say, let me do something for everybody, including gentlemen. And I wanted to tackle this very key topic of finances. And reason being, having talked to most of us, I've come to know this is the biggest issue. This is the biggest challenge, our financial management. And so, as I said last time during our free masterclass, it is that it's not because I'm an expert in this field, but I'm just somebody who would like to add some value and share knowledge with all of us. So feel free and you're welcome. And thank you so much for taking this step to be together with me today. I know you have left a lot. I know you could have been doing other things. You have committed your time, your money to be here together with me today. And I don't take it for granted. Welcome. And we hope that this journey together will actually have fruits, and you're going to see how it affects your life going forward. So today, let me request you as we start that we be present. I would encourage you to be somewhere where you are free to interact, to learn, to have fun, to be able to engage fully. We will be doing breakout rooms. So I hope nobody has come just to listen. We have come all of us to contribute. You will find we learn more from each other, even just from one source. So I would like us all to be open to share, to talk, and to give us your views so that we can learn together. Feel free to keep asking questions, and we are going to be answering them as we go. And take micro actions. So I'll be requesting you to take some action. Please make sure that you keep on taking the action, and then prepare for a little disruption. My mode of training usually is to remove people from their comfort zone. So be ready to be poked a little with some tough love so that we can grow. We never grow in our comfort zone. So welcome all, and I hope you are feeling good. We are going to be using our reactions. I've seen somebody just used and I could have forgotten. We are going to use our reaction in case you hear something that you resonate with, something that you like, or somebody contributes something and you like to give them flowers, then we are going to be sending reactions. If you want to say anything, please utilize the chat. So welcome, welcome, welcome. We are expecting many more people, but a big number have excused themselves because of different issues. This period of the year, we know people are busy planning end of year parties and things like those. But all in all, they are going to join us later or maybe listen to the recording. So it is you who is here. Please feel welcome and do not leave before time. Play full out, be together with us. And the more we contribute, the more we learn. So we have not come to listen, we have come to participate and learn together. Therefore, we start with our very first interactive question. And I would like us to type in the chat, what is that one thing you're hoping to get out of this training? Please, in the chat, what is that one thing you are hoping to get from this training? Let me see. One thing that you're hoping to get from this training. The faster we move, the more I won't keep you here past 9. If we move very slowly, then we might be here more even past 9. So please, let's move. There is a lot in store for us. So, Wairimo, and welcome, Wairimo. You are hoping for strategies for optimizing your income. That's great. What are the others expecting? Let us utilize the chat. What are you expecting? Elizabeth, learn how to budget effectively and track my expenses. But it's practical ideas from Anne. Practical ideas on how to make passive income. That is good, Anne. What are we hoping to learn? Those are only 3 people out of 16 who are present. What are we expecting to learn? Wanjiru, learn how I can break financial habits that are not serving me. Great, Wanjiru. Anyone else who is next? Let's move, people. Let's move. Let's share. So everybody has their expectation, and it is my hope that I'll do my best to try and meet those expectations. But as I've said, please help and make sure that you play food out. That is the best way we are going to get to these expectations getting fulfilled. So I don't have all the answers as usual. I am seeing some people here who are my students. Maybe I can recognize some. I always really feel good when I see them coming back. Wanjiru has been my client for another program I call Papa's Bees Lounge for 3 months. I see Caroline Boreithi was also in the same program. I've seen Elizabeth, Wanjiru and Caroline are from previous sessions. I've seen Elizabeth, who is from current session. And there are some more who are going to join us. So I always feel good when I see them, because I always feel like if what I'm doing has no value, they won't be coming back. So when I see them back, I feel that I'm trying to do my best, and they make me feel encouraged. So girls, thank you so much for your support. Thank you to everyone new. You are the right place. Please keep coming back. As you can see, others come back, because we can never get enough self-development learning. We keep on going step by step. So we're going to start, and this journey that I've called you, that we go together, it's a journey that I want to take you through 3 key steps of managing your personal finances. And we're going to do them day by day, 2 hours per day. Because as much as we would like to do things on the surface, it takes a deeper dive if we want really to see tangible changes in our lives. So day 1 today, we are going to be talking about the foundation. And this foundation is all about our self-sabotage. We arrest that which we have been doing, what is self-sabotaging, because that is the biggest issue that we have. Money issues, mostly, we would like to say they are all about, we don't have a good income, our boss doesn't increase, our business are not doing well, and so many things. But at the bottom of everything is how you think and how you behave. And that is what we are going to be talking about today. Then tomorrow, we are going to have a very practical class trying to take back control of your money. And that is where you are going to learn effective budgeting, expense tracking, and sealing the money leaks. Wherever your money has been going, we are going to identify and we seal that. Then day 3 is where those who are looking to know how to make extra money, that is where we are going to talk about it. Then we're going to talk about eliminating debt, learning how to make smart investments, and building legacy. Now, what I'll ask from all of us is, I believe and I know that we have different needs, and that is true for money journeys. None of us is exactly at the same journey with the other. We have different expectations, but in each and every session, there is something you will learn. There will be some additional to what you already know. And even if you already know, let us repeat. Somebody said that repetition is the mother of mastery. If you want to master anything, then you have to do it repeatedly, to learn about it and to exercise. So that is what we are going to be doing during these 3 days. And with that, then we can embark on topic number 1 for day 1. Day 1, we have said we are going to dismantle the mindset, the habits, and lack of clarity that has been making us to self-sabotage. So now from here, I want us to participate. I want everybody now to participate. So I won't be doing everything in this call. We are going all to participate. And I want you girls and boys to volunteer. Volunteer. I don't want to call names. I want us to volunteer and move. I've told you your speed will determine how quickly we go. And please let us be free with each other. Let us be free with each other. Yes, I know we are all strangers. We don't know each other. I also don't know all of you. But what has brought us here is a single mission, which is the same for all of us. We just want to learn to manage our money. So that is one goal that can unite us. So let us feel united, feel vulnerable. The discussions we might have here might be a little bit vulnerable. So be vulnerable. You at home, you look for a place where you can be, a place where you can be. Let me try to mute someone here. I had told you to look for a place where you can be alone so that you are able to be a little bit vulnerable. If we have to discuss something, we'll be going to breakout rooms. And it is a lot of discussion. So I don't want anybody to not contribute because they are at a place where they don't feel vulnerable to talk. So let us start here. And I would like somebody to read for us this slide, the introduction slide of what we are going to be doing today in this session. One person to volunteer. You can raise your hand. You can raise your hand so that we go quickly. Just read for us. Wairimo, please read. Sorry.
Thank you. Hi, Mary and everyone.
Hi.
So, introduction. This session will help us understand the inner stories, beliefs, and emotional patterns shaping your financial life. Money problems often begin long before money enters into the picture. Our money problems are more mental than they are physical. Without our knowledge, all our money decisions are driven by one, long history, that is childhood, cultural, or societal programming. Two, deep emotions from past failures, that is fear, shame, regret, and pressure. Three, flawed habitual patterns around money. And four, lack of clarity. Therefore, before attempting to embark on a journey to financial freedom, you should first raise your awareness and reset the foundation. How do you think and behave about money? How you think and behave about money. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, Eribo. Can we give her some flowers in the, yeah, anyone who contributes, we give some flowers and we clap for them. Thank you so much for contributing, Wairimo, and reading for us the introduction. So in summary, we are saying in this session, we just want to tackle our mindset, how we think and how we behave around money, with the knowledge that that is affecting everything. We all want to learn how to make more money. We want to learn how to budget better. We want to learn how to invest better. But if you are not getting this part right, everything else you're trying to do will be a waste of time. So this is where we are going to start. So in short, this session, we are going to, the objective of today's session is identify and fix your money identity. Money identity, how you refer to yourself when it comes to money. Then dismantle your mental blocks and identify and stop habits that are keeping you broke. And then get crystal clarity on exactly how much money do you need and for what. Yeah, because that is also something else that is missing. So let's get another person to read for us the first slide here. Please lift your hand so that we move quickly. We read for us the quote and that's introduction. Please don't wait for anyone else to do it before you. Because you too want to learn. Yeah, and gentlemen, please help. Yeah, we have some good men with us, so we want them to participate. I want everyone to participate. Caleb, and welcome. Please read for us this first slide. Caleb. Yeah, you might need to unmute Caleb. I don't know, maybe Caleb, I don't know whether he can hear us. Anyone else? You have to save time. Who is that? Caroline Moreithi, read quickly.
All right. Okay, so there were lesson one, identify and fix your money identity and blueprint. You can't fix the money until you fix the person managing the money. Everyone has a money identity, a subconscious role they play with money, shaped by experience, personality, and survival patterns.
Great. So that is what we are going to do now. We're going to explore different money identities, and your work will be to check what is yours, what is your money identity or money blueprint. How do you behave around money? What do you believe about money? Who are you around money? Because that will always affect all other decisions you are trying to make. Because the identity we take around something, it changes everything else. That is who we are at the core. Despite what we would like to try on the outside, whatever we are on the core will always take the center stage. So we want to explore several money identity, and what I would like us to do is at the end of this session, I would like us to share what is your money identity. So please take a pen and paper, and as we go through, you're trying to identify, is that me or not? Then at the end of the presentation, you're going to help to tell us where are you? Where did you find yourself? So we have these 7 personalities, and I'm just going to cover them very, very quickly. And your work, as I've said, is just to identify, is that me or not? So we're going to cover the example of the money identity type, the trap, how it holds you back, and how to overcome. So the first one is the emotional spender. So emotional spender. Some of us are emotional spenders. An emotional spender, they celebrate, they impress, and they relieve stress through spending. So when you are happy, you spend. When you are sad, you also spend. Yeah, it is your way of coping with your emotions. So these people you find, because of that behavior, they live paycheck to paycheck. They accumulate junk because they keep on buying things that they don't need, and they struggle to save because they spend too much. They don't have anything left. And what this person can do is to pause, and before you purchase anything, especially if you are purchasing to celebrate, you start pausing and telling yourself, if this thing is very important, then it will still be important 3 days from now. So instead of buying it today, I'll buy it 3 days from now. That is a very nice way to start tackling an emotional spending kind of an identity. If it is something big, like if you were to buy a TV set or a fridge or something big, take 30 days to think about it. That way, you are not going to be spending for the sake of spending. That is the first personality type. The second personality type is the rescuer. The rescuer. This one is all about trying to bail out everybody. The family, friends, even people know. If I want help, I have to go to, let me use the words we have, the names we have here. Maybe I want to go, if whenever I need help, I have to go to Caleb because he doesn't know how to say no. He is my rescuer. The family knows, the friends knows, the church knows, everybody knows that your work is just to rescue people. But remember, this is you who take that as your identity. So what happens to you is that the trap this kind of a personality puts you in is that you never have enough to build your own wealth because you are helping everyone else. You become the family ATM. You know those your siblings' children, they know uncle this person or auntie this person. When we go to them, they'll never say no. So that is the rescuer. And this person, what number one they would do is to set boundaries. Please, your money, let your money be your money, not our money. The family would like the money to be our money. They will make you feel guilty that you're not sharing, but please do not let it. Always, always treat your money as personal. You have sweat to get it. Don't share it without a plan. So don't be a rescuer. A rescuer always is bailing out other people. The third person is the hoarder. The hoarder, again, this person saves. They are rich in their bank account and, you know, and those small investment places. They have a lot there, but now they are so afraid to spend even the little essentials. So unfortunately, because they are very afraid to invest, you find that they miss a lot of opportunities. They feel safe when the money is in the bank, not when they are spending it. This person should just learn to allow themselves to spend with a plan. And if they can get help by somebody who can help them to manage their finances so that they can balance investing and saving and spending wisely, then that is very advisable for this person. The next type, the next identity type is a survivor. A survivor. And this person lives as if disaster is always coming. They are always in a hurry, in a shock, in a panic mode. Yeah. Whenever you mention money to them, even you can fight with them because they never feel like they have enough. They never feel settled about money. These are people who, even when they are carrying like 100,000 Kenya shillings in the streets of Nairobi, they go looking left, right, and center. They are not settled. They are always have that constant stress or panic. And now, even when they are making decisions, their decisions are always driven by fear. And so you check, is that me who would prefer to put, to always see like my money is just about getting stolen? You know, even when we call for a training like this, there are many people who have a lot of money, but they will never manage to come because they always see everybody as a thief. Now Mary is about to finish me, you know. Those people are the ones I'm calling the survivors, but then it does not help. The best way for this person is to learn to track their actual numbers and replace fear with facts. You know, how many times have you lost that money? How many times have you been stolen from? You know, how much do you even have for people to steal? Sometimes you are just worried for no good reason. So it's good to even build a starter emergency fund so as to start feeling a little bit safe and break free from that crisis mode, the survivors. The fifth type is the avoider. This one, they don't want to see the figures. You know, the figures are scary. The figures remind them how much they don't have it well together. So they avoid with all their heart. They want to not look at the figures. So these people don't budget, they don't track their expenses, they don't look at their M-Pesa statement or their bank statement. They would rather do everything than look at those statements. And you find then that these people, every small money issue becomes a crisis because they don't have control or clarity about how much money do they have left in the bank. So sometimes they get their salary, they have been spending with fear, they don't want to look, and then on 15th is when you go, you remove your card in the supermarket and you are told there is not enough funds. I don't know whether you have seen these people in the supermarket. Somebody comes with a trolley full of goods, and then at the cashier is when they are realizing they don't have enough money to pay for those goods. You wonder, when you are picking them, didn't you know? And it's all about they are avoiding, they are not looking at how much do I have at any given time. So what should you do if you find this is you? You start with one small task. For example, just start tracking how is my M-Pesa statement. Who did I pay that month? How much did I pay out? And by the way, you'll be shocked. Sometimes you can even put that data in Excel and you filter some people that you normally send money to like a joke. You see, there are some people who have eaten hundreds of thousands of your money in the past 1 year, and you wonder why. So it's good to check, how am I spending my money? And then there is something we normally call a money date. Like you say, every month I'm going to be sitting down on this date, and maybe even leave my house and go sit somewhere just to look at my numbers, So that helps you to get to understand your numbers. Number 6, the status seekers. These ones will spend to the last time just to try to look as if they have money. Yeah. And they will use debt to maintain their appearances. And this person will always be in high debt. They don't have any savings, and they don't even have real wealth. They have show of things like big cars, big houses. They dress nicely, but that is not real wealth. If you do their net worth, you find that everything is funded by debt. So they are status seekers, and you also need to ask yourself, is that me? Do I behave like that around money? So how can we help this group of people? If you find yourself here, that most of your spending is not from your own heart, it is to try and please other people, you need to try to disconnect self-worth from appearances. If you ever feel like people are going to judge you because of what you are wearing, the car you are driving, you know, the place you live, then that is what we are saying, that your self-worth is linked to your appearances. And so that is the first thing you need to do, delink. Know that how I look like has nothing to do with how much money I have. And I love watching the people who are rich, and you'll find one of the things, and it's like the inverted world. The people who are rich, they actually struggle to not show it. Yeah, and the people who don't have, on the other hand, they struggle a lot to show as if they have a lot. I don't know why. So you can, because a money identity is very deep rooted. You see, if you have these identities, you will always spend without knowing. You will always ask yourself, now, why did I buy this? It is because you are trying to fulfill something deeper inside you than you even understood. So very, very important. And the final one is the reckless risk taker. This is the one again now, they love investing so much, they never even take time to check. Yeah, is this a scam? Will I lose my money? You know, you should take risks, but they should be calculated risk. If you don't have an emergency fund, it will be so foolish to rush to invest in a You know, in a place like the pyramid schemes, the ones that promise you that your money will be doubled or tripled within a few months. It is bad to do that. That is being reckless. So you find that people who do that, they suffer frequent losses. They are unstable financially. And then if we want to help them, one thing they can do is to use a risk checklist. Can I afford to lose this amount? Before you put it wherever you are putting it, can you afford to lose it? What will happen if you lost it? You know, you make that that calculation before. Then you diversify. Don't invest only on one or two areas. Try to invest in as many as possible. So here are our 7 money blueprints or money identity types. And so what I would like us to do is to discuss a little bit, what is your money identity type? And what are you going to do going forward to overcome it? Which one here most describes you? Please let us be vulnerable a little bit and contribute. Where did you see yourself? And it's okay even to discuss somebody else you know as an example. You don't have to talk about yourself so that we learn together. If you saw someone there who fits a certain category, what are the qualities that make them fit that category? Please lift your hand and contribute. Please, I keep on saying, let us not just listen. You know, here we are all teachers in one way or the other. Even I need to learn from you. Kemli, thank you so much and welcome all the way from Uganda. Can you please take the mic now and contribute?
Thank you so much, Coach. For me, even if I joined late, I realize that I fall on two. I'm straddling two identities. The rescuer.
Mm-hmm.
It is so hard for me. Hard not to give someone money if I have it. If I have it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And this is not only family, but a friend or even people I don't know. But like, I will want, if there is a drive for something, I want to give if I have it anyway. It's never if I don't have.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm also on avoider.
Mm-hmm.
More of, I know what I want to do for the month. Like, I plan for it. I say, this is what I'm going to pay for. This is what I intend to use this. But at the end, I don't know whether I actually used more or less. I just then go again to budget for the next month. I don't always like reconcile. So the money date is going to be something that I'm definitely going to look out for a lot.
Good.
Yes. Yes. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. So that is good. And then ask yourself, why have you identified yourself as the rescuer? Yeah, and some of the things we'll be talking when we're talking about your beliefs, you'll find that sometimes we believe that it's only us who can help. But it's not only us. Even when we are not there, these people we are helping will survive. So if you are rescuing people at your own cost, at your own peril, you can stop. You can decide, I need to have some boundaries, only help according to the budget. And why do you, Kemley is saying, if I have, I will help. Why do you have? Can you invest that money? Don't have. Next time they come, let them find you without any money in the house, you know? And you'll say no and not feel guilty. Because you know what we are doing? We are carrying so many burden, and then that is why as ourselves, we are not sleeping at night, trying to help everyone out there. Thank you, Kemri. Can we celebrate Kemri for participating? Thank you. Good. Let's have Juliana. Let's try to take 1 minute each.
Thank you, Coach. All the 7 are powerful, but the two which I most identified myself with is emotional spender. Somebody come, I'm selling a supplement. This supplement will help you on this. Are not budgeted for. Somehow I spend, or something else come. I don't hold the money. And number 2, also I'm the rescuer. Everybody in the family call, I have this problem. Can you help me with this much? Until at the end of the month, I don't see much. At least today I've gotten the answer. Thank you.
Ah, great. Yeah, so emotional spender. If you are hungry, you spend. You cannot wait. If you are bored, you cannot wait. If you keep on changing according to what you're feeling. Elizabeth, you want to share? Have we given? Let us give whoever contributes some flowers. Elizabeth, you're the next in the queue.
Well, thank you, Coach. For me, I identified 2. I think the worst has been the rescuer. I actually carry people's problem, and even when I don't have the money, start trying to think where I can get it. And somehow, in the family circles, people feel like my money is their money, but theirs can be there. So I'm running a lot. I started putting up boundaries, especially with the extended family. Nuclear family ni gumu, niko na Gen Zs, so it has been a tough one. Yeah, the other one is to avoid the avoider. I keep saying I'll plan, I'll budget, I'll track my expenses. Then a month goes, another one comes, and I spend like that. I'm sure if I tracked my M-Pesa, there are people I would broke so that I don't keep sending them money. So I'm running a lot. Thank you.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Let's celebrate Elizabeth. Thank you very much. Yeah. So we can see, Elizabeth can see where she has been going wrong, being the rescuer. And actually, I think that this is a problem, really. Everyone, and do you know, people know who amongst all of you in the family, they can rush to anytime they feel like. They know. They don't go to everybody. And let me tell you something that is now what I say, the tough truths. If something happened to you and you don't have, those people will never even call you. You'll never even hear from them. When you're helping, you think, and it's also good to check. That's what we're going to check next. What is it that drives you to feel like I must help? Because sometimes it is you feeling guilty even of having more than them. So you want to help, but is it helping? And do you think they value that help that much? So Elizabeth, you talked about your Gen Zs, your children and your parents. Those are the only people I always say. My parents and my children, those one have a right to ask from me. But even them, I need a budget of how to provide to them. It is good to train our children to hear the word no. Tomorrow, next month is when I'll afford that. I cannot afford that for now, because that is real life. Real life we cannot always afford. Let's do Wangoi and then we move on to the next topic. Wangoi K, welcome.
Yes, thank you, Coach. You can hear me?
Yes.
I'm surprised because all those who have spoken seem to be falling in the same category. I'm also a rescuer. I have that heart that, like you have said, tells me I should help this person. So I've actually begun, like you have said, to feel like there are people who take advantage of my goodness. Because sometimes I ask myself, supposing this person is really honest, they don't have and they need. But I think from me now, I have seen I need to start tracking. Do I really need to help this person, or they are just taking advantage? And maybe like do a test, like you have said. Also say that I don't have one time to see how they are going to actually behave towards me. I'm also an avoider to some extent, because especially when I feel I don't have enough money, when I start planning for it, I get stressed because I plan for it, naona haitoshi. So it really stresses me. So I decide I'm not going to plan, I'm not going to track, I'm going to use it. I'll use it for the few things that will manage. The rest of it, I just leave it alone. And I think for me, I feel that is not a good way to look at it. Because I feel that maybe I need to start prioritizing. I have 4 or 5 things. Which one is the priority so that I'm able to track? Thank you.
Good. That is beautiful. Can we celebrate? Wangui, thank you so much. Now, please allow me to invite one gentleman, please, just somebody to volunteer, because maybe I've heard only from ladies, and ladies are suffering from two main problems. They are suffering from rescuing and avoiding. Let's hear a gentleman, whether maybe we have different challenges. It's good to know. Caleb, I hope this time you'll be able to talk.
Yes, hello. Is somebody getting me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. Being a man, we find ourselves severally being rescuers in the family, and you find that we tend to shift our needs, our daily requirements to other people. So I find myself being a rescuer. Thank you.
Yes, rescuers are many, and actually in our African context, this rescuing is also what we call black tax. Yeah, and it is because in our society there is that feeling that if you got blessed, like, one person's blessing is everyone else's blessing, and now what have we done? We have created dependency monsters, especially in our families. So you find in most families, only one people are working very hard. You find you have brothers or other people who are in the village drinking and not taking responsibility of anything, because they know we have a sister in town, in Nairobi, who will send the money. So they even make plan on that money that you have. So learn to say no, learn to set boundaries, learn to help within a budget. You set aside. And also, and we're going to be talking about that a little bit, that that black tax thing is all about you knowing what can I help and what can I not help. Don't help everything. For example, sickness, if you can say, okay, even if it's a very bad person and they're sick and I have a budget for that, I can help that person. But some things like paying their children's school fees, they should have planned better. They can do better. Don't feel the need to be the rescuer in such circumstances. Anywhere where it looks like that person could have done their part, teach them to do their part. If you say no, you give them the discipline next time to do the right thing. So please let us close this session there. Thank you so much to everybody. Can we clap again for everyone who has contributed? And let's hope if you are still silent, you are going to find something in this other lesson to contribute. Now, the next part, we are trying to identify and dismantle our mental money blocks. Mental money blocks, that which makes us behave the way we behave, that which have led to the identity, because identity is so deep rooted. There are roots, there are things that make you believe what you believe about your money. So here I'll say your mindset shapes your money. Your bank balance is often a reflection of your money mindset, not just your income. So we really need to take care of our mindset. And so we are going to read a few things here. Let me have somebody in the audience to help me to read this note, and then we continue. Raise your hand. We do it together. A hand up. We try to save time. Wangoi.
Note, money blocks are subconscious beliefs that, money blocks are subconscious beliefs that sabotage your financial growth. Number two, they influence how you earn, spend, save, and invest. If you don't address them, even the best budgeting or investment plan will fail.
Great. So that is how we're going to start. And I want to give you here a few, and then let me remind myself our exercise here. Yeah, we will go to groups and we try to see for you which money block is affecting you the most. Then you're going to be in a group of maybe 4 or 5 people, and you're going to discuss. Everybody give the biggest money block, and then you can discuss how this person should be seeing that, so that they can heal from it. So the first one is this: childhood and cultural conditioning. This is actually the worst of all our money blocks, because we were brought in a certain way. We were made to absorb certain attitudes, certain realities. Even what I'm saying, even the way we give, that rescuing is all ingrained in us from our culture and from our childhood upbringing. So there's some things that even sometimes we say out loud, and we believe them inside without our knowledge. And it's all because of what we have heard other people say and what we have observed in our society. These truths, the things that we keep on saying, they become our truths. Some of them is, for example, it's too hard to get rich. You know, you just keep on saying that it is just too hard to get rich. I don't know how people make it. You know, it's too hard. And so what happens? It never happens to you, because you are looking for a day that you crack your back, a day that you break down so that you can get to riches. But sometimes just changing the mindset, approaching life differently, with faith and with even enthusiasm and optimism, it can start changing your money fortunes. The other thing we say, money is evil, and you have heard it. Most people will tell you money is evil. And sometimes we even quote the Bible that money is evil, the root of all evil. But sometimes it's not, and it's not about the money. Even the Bible was talking about the love of money, the lust, actually not the love, the lust for money. And also if that thing was Paul advising Timothy. So it was not meant for everybody. It was meant for an older person advising a young person. But we have now taken it as the reality of life, that money is evil. And I always ask, if it is that evil, who want to bring an evil thing into their own compound, into their own home? You know, so without your knowledge, whenever you get a lump sum, you are working so hard to get rid of it because it's evil and you don't want it to corrupt you. And you read another verse of the Bible that will tell you it is very hard for a rich person to get into the kingdom of heaven, just as it is for a camel to get through the eye of the needle. So when you hear that, with fear you tremble. And that is every time we read those texts out of the context. We never read the whole chapter to hear what was being talked about. So money is not evil. Money is a tool. It is just pieces of paper or a certain number of zeros in your bank account. How can that be evil by itself? Money is not evil. It is us who are evil, and money just helps us to become more of who we already are. So if you are an evil person, you become worse when you get money. If you are a kind person, you get better when you get money. Other things we say, rich people are greedy. So you don't want to be associated. Those people are greedy. They are proud, you know. And so what happens? You know, we cannot attract a blessing that we keep on cursing. If you don't see that it is good for somebody to be financially free, you keep on putting other things that for them to get this, they had to steal, they had to do what you cannot see, that there are people who genuinely get blessed out of the work of their hand. Then you will never experience those blessings, because you are, with your own mouth, you are cursing the blessing. So it never comes back to you. Then there are some of us who have seen money being a source of conflict. Yeah, we came from families, some of us where parents always fought about money. And so what did we grow knowing? That this thing, if I get a lot of it, or little of it also, because it's both sides, it will lead to problems with my family or with my spouse. So what do you do? Without your knowledge, you try to fight it. When you see it coming, you somehow use all excuses not to welcome money into your life. Yeah, I talked about proud, and then you see this also about black tax, that now that he's the most blessed person in our family, he has to bail out everybody, that which we have just been talking about. So these are truths that we believe, and that is why it is so hard for you to say no. Because how can you say no when the whole village is telling you you are doing wrong? Haven't you had people who have even been kind of cast by their parents because you went to town and you are not helping us, and some of the people you are being told to help, whereas it's good to help your parents, because unfortunately for this generation, us, the people who are now in the millennials, the people who are in their 40s, 50s, if you still have your parent, not most of our parents are financially dependent. It's okay for us to take care of them. But can we also take that as a lesson and decide, we have to break this cycle at some point. We decide, I will never be a financial burden to my children because they don't owe me. Yeah, right now we help our parents. They have made us feel, the society has made us feel like we owe them. But in reality, everybody has their fair share of financial trouble. I can do better for my family if I don't have so many baggages. So that is the things that we need to start dismantling. That's why we are calling it dismantle. That which you have always been told, this is the only right way to believe about this. So childhood and cultural conditioning is one of our main challenge mentally. So if that is yours, take note. You're going to discuss with your group. The next one is money wounds and past mistakes. Money wounds. We tried and we failed. So we don't think we can ever succeed again. We have experienced loss. We have experienced debt, failure, and we have those scars with us and we wonder, will we ever make it again? Some of the thoughts, the stories, we said we are tackling those stories, the inner voices. Some of the inner voices you keep having is, I've tried so many businesses and they keep on failing. This one too will fail. So you don't try. I have saved with several circles and they keep on collapsing. Even this one might collapse. So I'm not going to save again. I lost money in this kind of a scam, and so I'm so afraid to invest again. Those inner stories, they come from our money wounds, And so one of the discussion I want us to have is, how do we heal these money wounds that we have always had from before? And so just to give you, okay, I think there's a slide I have of how to heal, so let me not go there. Limited self-concept. This is another problem. We have a glass ceiling that we have put on our heads of how far we can grow, what we can achieve. You always put yourself comfortable within, like for Kenyans now, it's all within 100,000 there, 200,000 there. That is your league, You never see yourself earning $1 million plus per month. You never see yourself living within abundance, and there is, the wealth, and there is the riches. It's not just about the riches, it's about the wealth, which also encompasses peace of mind and that serenity of abundance, that you can handle your bills without sleepless nights. Sometimes we think that is for a certain group of people, and we are not those people. We haven't reached there yet. So that ceiling, nobody puts it on you, you put it on yourself. So you're not searching, you're not pushing harder to even go to an extra mile. You find most of us, because of this glass ceiling and believing like we are not worth more. Where we are is where we belong. We are not pushing. You find some of us, we have never even attempted to negotiate for a pay raise where we work. Why? Because if I do, they are going to fire me. Yeah, and then you see somebody comes yesterday, they are paid well, they move on, and you start feeling bad. Yet you have never asked anyone. Nobody has refused. It is you, with your own mind, you don't see like you deserve, like you are the right person to get. And even how we charge for our services, those people who are offering services and products out here, that turmoil you go into when you're trying to place a price on it, it is because of you placing a glass ceiling of how much am I worth. You always feel like you are stealing from people when you charge, even when what you're offering is really of great value. You try to talk yourself out of it. That is a limited self-concept, the way you see yourself. The other one is emotional responses to money. This is the one we had also in the other slide about emotional spending. So, but this is also about response. We respond with fear, shame, anxiety, and guilt. So this ends making us avoid. That is why most of us said we avoid looking at those statements. We avoid budgeting. We avoid planning, because we are feeling like if I do this, it will end up making me see how much, I am behind, and I don't want to feel that anxiety. So we are running away from those emotional responses to money. So these also are deep-rooted. You feel anxious when checking your balances. You are very guilty of saying no. You feel like if I say no, they will hate me, they will talk about me and what. So you never set boundaries. You stress about buying. You stress after buying everything, every time after buying things, you are stressed. Then you panic when unexpected bills appear. And then you are always driven by FOMO, fear of missing out. So people are going for a birthday party. I don't want to be left. I have to go, because shame, guilty, fear, People are buying this, people are investing here. My friends are investing. They are going for this holiday. I don't want to be left. That again is an emotional response to money. And these things are the ones that are keeping you broke. They're the ones that are keeping you broke. You keep on complaining, I need another source of income. Even if you get another source of income, it will be eaten up by these same things. So it is good first we talk about them and we dismantle them, because they keep on eating. Right now, if you are in this call, most likely you find you are in maybe mostly, I don't think we have anyone below 30, maybe or maybe not. But you find we are in this age where we have even worked for so many years. That means our salaries have been progressing. We are not where we started when we were 20, but we are still looking for another source of income. Maybe what we need most, more than another source of income, is to check what makes me not grow with what I have. What are those things that are eating everything, so that I dismantle them, so that I take control of them? The final one, okay, those were all. Then this is how now we can break these money blocks. And I said after this, I want to send us into groups. We try to discuss a little bit. So first of all, if you want to dismantle these money beliefs, first acknowledge them and name them. No, this is the one that has all that has been pulling me down. Which one is it? Identify it. Then challenge it. Is this 100% true? Sometimes what is challenging you, for example, when you think you are not worth of more money, when you think that because your parents fought about money, even you, when it comes to you, it will lead to conflict. When you believe that, yeah, money is the root of all evil, so if it comes to my house, it will corrupt us, we will go to hell. When you have those funny beliefs, challenge it. How true is it? How true is it? And in most cases, it's not true. When you have started exposing it, now you can unwire and rewire. Unwire is that you stop complaining and you start looking for ways to earn more, to spend wisely. You stop complaining. You stop, using the very same excuses that we have always used. Money is evil. I don't think I can earn that. I don't think I should be the one being given that raise. We stop giving those excuses and we start doing the right thing. Then it's good to question our childhood money beliefs. What were we programmed to believe by our parents? Do you come from those families that your mother used to tell you whenever you ask for something? And actually it used to happen to me. When you come asking even for a rubber for primary school, and your mom looks at you and tells you, okay, I gave you a rubber yesterday, and you say yes. And where is it? It got lost. And then she tells you, okay, then wait. Let me go behind the house. I have a money tree there. Let me go and pluck some. They used to talk to us as if that is exactly what they are going to do. And it was just them like telling you no. So they're telling me, wait there. Let me go at the back of the house. There is a money tree. So, but now those things made us grow up knowing, oh, money is so hard to get. We don't really have a money tree. So I might never have money. This family of ours will never have money because it is so hard to get that. And then the other thing is we try to heal our past money wounds. Question them. Now that I failed once, who said I'll always fail? Why am I taking up the identity of a failure? There were circumstances that surrounded that issue that made me fail that time, maybe even outside my control. So I don't want the fear of a failure I had 2 years back, 3 years back to always hold me back. I am going to try again. I am going to invest again. I am going to save again. I'm going to ask for that raise again. Please don't allow your past money wounds to imprison you forever. Then also rewrite your story. Rewrite your story, your wealth story. Create new and empowering beliefs and take small aligned actions starting today. Yeah, those beliefs where they were, the ones that believed you are not worthy, you are not adequate enough, you need to do more and all that, you can start rewiring them and talk to yourself as if you belong. You are the right candidate. You are the right person to get that which you deserve. Talk to yourself differently. I'm giving an example here where if you were always talking to yourself when it comes to saving, you're saying, I can't save, my salary, it's too small. Now you can start saying, but I can save something small, even if I have to start with 2,000 per month. Instead of saying my salary is too small, I'll never save. What about let me start small, as little as I can. So that is about our money mindset, money mindset, and the blocks that are preventing us from reaching financial freedom. So, and let me tell you my personal story even before I send us to groups to do this. When I learned about the mindset, and actually there is no topic I like teaching as the mindset for everything. I've known it is actually the bottom line. Because when I started talking to myself, I remember there is a year I used to claim money. I had learned somewhere, I don't know whether I can see that that slogan somewhere. Let me try. I had seen, I went through a course and I was trained about a slogan for helping somebody to get more money. And I started singing that slogan daily, nearly daily. And as magic, it's like magic. I used to say that I am now happy and grateful that money comes to me easily and effortlessly from multiple sources. And as it was like a joke, but it was working. Somehow I could find every now and then somebody just calls you, can you do this for me? And I get some money from nowhere. You get a client tells you, can you do this for me? Can you do this for me? And you are growing. So I came to know sometimes it's not about hard work. Sometimes it's not about cracking our backs. Sometimes it works just by believing and doing these small things. You know, when we are learning about money, we just want to be told how hard it is to get it. But I'm telling you, there are some easier ways. There are some easier ways. And other people, when you tell them that's what you did, they think you are worshiping the devil or something. But clarity sheet, I'm looking for this thing here. Good. Here, because this and those who have been in my classes, they might have seen these slides. These are slides that made me rich. These slides. There is a year 2018 and 19, I could say this sentence, the red one. I am so happy and grateful now that abundance comes to me easily and effortlessly on a consistent and daily basis. And then I could tell myself different thing. I'm capable and resilient. I am worthy. I am good enough. I am beautiful and unique. You know, that which you believe right now, it came through your ears, one way or the other. Somebody told it to you, like your mom telling you money doesn't grow on trees, you know, or you observed it in the society, you heard, you listened, everybody, like today, everybody is talking about how hard the economy is. How confident do you think you are about money coming to you effortlessly on a day like today, when the whole country is talking about how difficult it is right now? So how can you talk yourself out of that? You recite, you know, it's like you are hearing this, but you are telling yourself a different story. And the only way to do it, recite it, tell it to yourself without shame. Repeat it until you believe it. If you believed the negative one just because it was repeated to you, repeat to yourself also the positive one. These things here, these affirmations here, these are the root cause of everything I have. I started reciting them when I had nothing. But I started believing I am good enough. I am enough. I do not need to prove myself to anybody or seek validation from others. I accept and appreciate myself for who I am with all my strengths and weaknesses. I am capable and resilient. I can overcome any challenges and difficulties that come my way. I am so happy and grateful now that abundance comes to me easily and effortlessly on a consistent and daily basis. I am grateful and joyful. I am beautiful and unique. You know, actually, that was not part of what I had planned to share today, but I've just remembered it. And I have remembered how it was important for me to rewrite my story, to put an end to what I had been taught forever and start teaching myself afresh. And so that is what I would like all of us to do, to start teaching ourselves afresh. Now, Miss, we have tried to visit some of the groups, and so for some I could hear like we didn't understand the question properly. But let us just see what you were able to achieve. Somebody to represent group 1 and just tell us what you were talking about. Can you first show me that you can hear me with a thumbs up? Good. Yeah, then can we continue group 1? Somebody to represent just one thing that you learned from the group.
I'm just wondering whether ours was the group 1.
Yes, it was, Elizabeth.
All right, thank you. We shared our blocks. Majority of us had the childhood and cultural. Then we also had moneywood and past mistakes. And we shared some of the things that we are going to do is we are going to set boundaries so that we are not investing so much in black tax and rescuing everyone. We're also going to think positively. We're also going to look for avenues like this one that we are having today to enrich ourselves with knowledge that can help us to build, to rewire our mindset so that we can grow our monies. So all of us shared our woods and we were able to encourage one another. Thank you.
Yeah, that is beautiful. Let us celebrate group 1 and thank you so much for participating. Let us now go to group 2. Group 2. Somebody to say something. Agnes, are you representing group 2? Agnes? Or who is representing group 2? I see so Agnes has raised her hand, but I'm not sure. Can we, or even if you are not group 2, if you are not sure which group you are in, just contribute.
Okay, for group 4, we identified the major blocks being block 1, the childhood and cultural conditioning, the money wounds, and the emotional responses to money. Block 4. Block 3 was not present. I don't know whether we are being sick or we just protecting our images, but anyway, yeah, so those were the blocks. So I think for the childhood is just to condition your mentality so that you just get out of that thinking that what was ingrained in you, then you need to just get out of it. And then for the money wounds and past mistakes is to move on from those mistakes, maybe do things in a less risky manner. Yes. And then emotional responses is to plan and probably take time to think before you spend, to be able to only spend on what is really necessary. Yes.
That is beautiful. Let us celebrate 1-0. So I hope also from the groups now you can see that most of our challenges are very, very similar. So we can learn from each other. The other group, somebody want to share? Please, we have to do this quickly. Our time is far much gone. We still have a big debate we wanted to have about the habits. Someone else from another group? If your group is not presented, please. Michael, is Michael back? I saw, Michael, you were helping your group. Is it represented or not? If you're talking, you are muted. We go past Michael. Anyone else who want to share? Please share. You know, that is the only time you reflect. You know, this learning of going somewhere, keeping quiet, listening, and then going, you go back to your normal life just the way you were. Nothing changes. It is the participation that helps us to change something. And we don't change magnitude. From this training, you're not going to take like 1,000 steps, but you might take one step to the right direction. And from there, you might never come back. That's why I encourage us all to participate, because those who are just listening, they never learn enough. I'll give you one more chance. Anyone who want to contribute from your group? And then we'll move on. Agnes? Agnes, you have your hand up, and I'm telling you, you are free to talk, yes?
You can hear me now, Mary?
Yes.
Good evening, everyone. I wanted just to share something I've shared with our group, but I think we have been presented. Some of us were not brought up by, personally, I was not brought up by my parents, but I was brought up by guardians whom I feel also that childhood and culture beliefs of money, whom I feel like they contributed a lot, because you couldn't ask for anything. You had to wait to be given whatever is there. And out of that, when you have money in your hands, you feel like you don't want anybody to suffer the way you suffered. You don't want anybody to lack like you lacked. Don't want anybody to not to continue with life. So you may find, I found myself sometimes becoming emotional, and you just want to help. Then later on, when you are stuck, it's like, was it even necessary to do so? And it can be abusing, but being assertive is something that is very important. And I think that is the most important thing when you say no with no apology. And above all, without explanation, because you are the only one who knows why you have said no. And not in every day you can be understood. So sometimes you say no and there's no apology about it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Great. Thank you. Let us celebrate her. Let's give her flowers. Well, yeah, you see, our childhood experiences, and if we are not careful, they will control you forever. I had somebody talking about that they are already in their 50s, and we are still talking about our childhood experiences. So it is a high time you start unearthing them. One of the reasons why we might never handle them is because we don't even know they exist. Yeah, you have to sit down and ask yourself, are there some things that I've had from my childhood that are hurting the way I deal with money? So some people, for example, can never even share the bank balance with the family members, because where they come from, it was a secret. They have never seen it happen. Actually, all they had was mom asked daddy for money, daddy become angry, and it was always the same case. So if we don't take care, we continue with that cycle forever, and we never get to become financially free. What I would like us to know is that most of our financial problems are mental more than physical. Now, we will go directly to that lesson of today, and this is about behaviors. Now, these things are very linked, because our habits come from our beliefs, come from the thoughts that we think. They lead to feelings, and those feelings lead to our behavior. So there is an interlinking you will hear, but it's good to know what are the beliefs, what are the habits, what are the money identity, and how can I deal with them. So when it comes to behavioral patterns, these are repeated actions, things that you keep on doing that are self-sabotaging, that will never help you to get successful when it comes to money. So we are saying success and failure is predictable. Just check your habits. If you would like to know how wealthy you will be 5 years from now, check how you are behaving about money today. If that is limited, if it has some negative reactions, then forget about 5 years from now. Today is the day that is shaping the person you will be financially. So if today you're just taking debts and what, we are going to cover those habits. And because you know them, I want us to discuss them. So I'm saying here, your financial success is shaped more by your daily decisions than your salary. And your decisions are shaped by the people and the habits you surround yourself with. So a note here is that financial freedom in your 40s, I'm reading because when I tell you to read, you're wasting 2-3 seconds, and they are now very vital. Time is not on our side. Financial freedom in your 40s isn't just about making more money. It's about stopping the leaks caused by bad habits, unhelpful relationship, and poor money decisions. So in this order, we are going to discuss several habits. This, I'm just giving you 2 slides as an example of what I would like us to discuss. One of the key habits that we are all suffering from is spending without a plan. The way we have said, we avoid budgeting and tracking our money. So we are just spending, and we keep on asking, where did my money go? That is what is affecting us. So what you find is happening in your life is you wait until you receive your money before you start budgeting for it. And that is wrong, because when already you have the money in your hand, you can never think clearly. Yeah, by the time you're thinking to sit down and now plan, the money is half gone, especially the loan money. I found people who take loan, and they knew the loan maybe was to buy a car or to buy materials to build a house. But then they take the money, then they find first they paid school fees, second they helped a certain relative who had this issue, that they did this. By the time they realize they cannot afford to do what they took the money to do in the first place. So we have to be careful about that. Then you avoid tracking the expenses. You don't want to see your statement because it feels like too much work. By the way, let me tell you something. You see, after this training, in this training, I'll give you tools that can really help you to liberate you from where you are financially. But because they are Excel and they look tedious and they are a lot of work, you would prefer to stay in your comfort zone. Then please stop complaining. There is work to be done. You cannot just sit down, let your money manage itself and hope. Sit down and hope that your body will be better in a few days. It does not work like that. We have to do something. So this issue of not budgeting and expecting that money will fall in place, in which world? It does not work like that. So what should we do? We embrace that budgeting and tracking our expenses. So tomorrow I'll be giving, that is the exercise we are going to be doing together tomorrow. You learn how is it that somebody budgets effectively? How does somebody track? How does somebody save? We will learn the practical way to do it using a tool. Now, whether you're going to embrace that tool or not, still, it is your mindset, your habits, and everything coming together to either make you stay where you have always been or to help you now rise and become anew. Then we have to set those money dates. We had already talked about them. If you want to learn how to manage your money, then start setting dates when you can sit down and take that M-Pesa statement and check who and who did I send money for what? Was it in my budget? Did I plan for it? Why did I do it? You know, have that meeting with yourself. Then take what happened last month to inform, so what should happen this coming month? Did I still spend that way blindly? Or can I take this coming month to plan better? This is how I want us to discuss these habits. So the next one, the next one is living off debt. Living off debt. Some people, some of us, we are just addicted to, and you know, by the way, I really pity us. I don't know whether you are like me, or maybe they call me because they know I don't take these loans. But if you are like me, your phone keeps on ringing with loans from wherever. Some people don't even know who they are, and they keep on telling you, oh, we are giving logbook loans. Oh, we are giving 30,000 loan without collateral. Oh, come, the bank doesn't let you rest. Every day they are SMSing you that, you know, do you know you can access 200,000 or 100,000 as a salary advance? My God. And we are dealing with people who are addicted. They cannot help themselves. You know, those we are not any different, and especially in this call, I'm sure we are all saved. And sometimes we look at the people who are addicted to things like, you know, drugs, porn, I don't know what, sex and what, illegal sex and all those. And we see, or serial murderers, we see like they're very evil. How can they be so evil, you know? And we have our own vice, addiction to debt. We cannot say no. You just see that message, Tala, branch. I don't know which one. They're calling you for some money here that they are giving. They always sound as if they are giving it for free, until you realize how much indebted you become. At the end of the day, you are not sleeping. And the other day, I had a friend who we were sharing, and she was crying, telling me, Mary, I don't know how to get myself out of this mess. She finds herself, she started taking 20,000 here, 30,000 here, and then at some point, she started taking one debt to repay the other. So you take from this Shyrock, you go pay a mobile loan. You take a mobile loan, you go pay somewhere else. Yeah, you know, have you seen some people, maybe even in this call, who have like 3 or 4 mobile lines because you think that you can eventually disappear with Safaricom's Fuliza, yeah, and M-Shwari, because line 1 has 2 M-Shwaris, this one has Fuliza, this other one has what? We are very indebted. But why? Why? Because we don't have that ability to control ourselves. And so here I'm saying how it manifests, I've explained. And what should you do? What should you do? First of all, embrace living within your means. Living within your means, we always talk about living within your means. I don't know whether people really understand what that means. That means me saying, my friends are going to holiday. You know, these Kwanzaa ladies, white only. I don't know what is with those white dresses, and you want to go. And by the way, I'm not against them. If you are that person, if it serves you, well and good. But some of us, that lifestyle is what is keeping us broke. So you spend, like this December, there are people who are going to spend hundreds of thousands going to Mombasa, I don't know to what. Last year I had a friend of mine who the group was going to Dubai. and everybody was contributing, I think, 120,000. And she was so proud when she was telling me, Mary, you don't go to this. These things are good. I want to unwind. The year has been what? And she went. Then January, she comes back. And to my surprise, she's telling me, sorry to mention this, because she happens to be somewhere I have the ability to be the only one she can go to for a salary advance. So she doesn't have a choice. She has to come to me and she's asking me for a salary advance to pay what? To pay school fees. The salary advance she's asking for is less than 120 she spent going to this. Me, I cannot, my mind cannot do the maths. You see, like somebody something is wrong. But then that is how we are living our lives. And that is why we are so broken when it comes to financial management. We can't live within our means. Your means mean, I cannot afford that. I don't have savings for that. I am not going to remove my children's school fees so that I can participate in that. It's okay to miss out. It's okay to be the one who never goes anywhere. It is okay to be branded wherever they want to brand you. Don't take a loan so that you can please people. Please, don't do that. So when we say we live within our means, that's what we are meaning. There are things that you cannot afford. Actually, your means is that with the salary that I earn, I can afford this thing without taking a loan, unless, and we are going to talk about that day, about debt management. We are going to be telling ourselves, unless this thing is going to produce enough income to repay the debt, even if long term. You know, right now I may sacrifice to repay a debt because I know in the long term, the accumulated net income will be more than the debt itself. But some of us, we are taking debt just to fit in. Nothing else. Nothing else. You find some people, they have loans, they took loans, they bought plots of land because everyone in the group was buying. They bought cars because like every colleague has a car. I'm the only one who doesn't have. We are suffering from the fear of missing out. We are suffering. And do you know one thing I did when I decided to become financially independent? And I knew that I needed to change things. The first thing was to cut friends. We cut friends who are leading us to, and I think I have it somewhere in these slides. Some friends are the triggers of your bad money management. They keep on, you see them, you see how good they are doing, the way they talk, and you can't help yourself. So you cut them down. Don't be in those groups. You know, stay at home. Nothing big will happen. You won't die. You won't die. But right now, there are so many ladies who are asking themselves, how can you be that antisocial? You're being antisocial and then you're not sleeping at night. You're being social and then you don't sleep at night. Doesn't make sense. Be antisocial and then sleep the whole night. Basically, you don't owe anyone anything. You know, love that life. So we also need to build a small emergency fund so that now with that fund, we can handle the small emergencies without borrowing. Because some of us, the child gets sick, you have to borrow. You don't have even 10,000 in an emergency fund. You know, something small happens, the parent wants this, you have to borrow. Those people we are talking about rescuing there, most of you are rescuing with debts. Tell me the truth. You are so happy that at the village they know I'm the rescuer, but you are rescuing them with debts. I don't know whether you can see what I'm seeing. I don't know whether you are feeling of saying what I would like to tell that person, you know, that we can do it better. We can do better. So those two are just examples of the discussions we can have. What is your habit? Or how does that habit? I'll give you examples of habits and then we discuss how it manifests and how you can overcome. So let us talk about lifestyle creep. This one I talked about even when we did the free masterclass. So this one we know. So how does lifestyle inflation or lifestyle creep happen? What is it even? Someone to help? And I'm not hearing the gentlemen, and they are here. Yeah, my friends. Let's contribute. Wairimu? Lifestyle creep.
I think if I remember correctly, lifestyle creep is you increase your lifestyle, you upgrade your lifestyle as your income increases.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So
and
how,
so
good. How do you know somebody is having that behavior? What do you observe in their lives?
so probably if you're living in a smaller house, you get a small increase, you move to a bigger house, upgrade the car, upgrade the places where you go to eat. Yeah.
Upgrade even the friends. You know, those ones whom you used to go to a small hotel and you eat 500 shillings in total, those ones become, I don't belong to that class anymore. Now you are moving with Elizabeth here and 10. One outing, 15,000 gone. One Saturday afternoon, 15,000, just because you got a pay raise. How can we overcome the lifestyle creep? And anyone else can contribute, doesn't have to be Wairimu. We know these things. We know. So please help Karen. Thank you.
Hello.
Yeah.
I think to overcome this lifestyle inflation or creep, I think we can do it by developing a financial discipline that will enable one to save throughout the income or else throughout the working period, and then also investing, saving some aside for investment throughout. So you want it all. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Caleb has disappeared. I don't know whether he finished his thought. So yeah, so in short, this is when lifestyle creep is when your expenses increase at the same rate as your income. And so with every salary increment or whenever you get a windfall, then you buy a bigger car, you move to a better house, you move your children to even a better school, you buy more luxury goods, and you always go back to feeling like you are surviving all the time. You know the levels that we checked, and we saw you are surviving all the time. So what you can do is cap your lifestyle upgrades at some point. Can you decide that for the next 5 years, I'm not going to change anything until at least I build my emergency fund and I pay off my debt? I have a friend, and I don't know whether she's here. I don't think she's here. But I have a friend who I admire very, very much. Somebody I knew, like now it's like 15 or so years. No, even more, because we met before we even had children. That is like 20 years. This lady, up to date, she lives in the same house I found her. I know to all of us, she sounds like a crazy woman who doesn't have goals and what. This lady up to now, if that house has gone far in the rent, it must be like 10K. Whereas her salary, because I am so close to her, I know, her salary must have gone like 10 times of what she was earning when she started living in that house. So it's like, maybe she was earning 30 or so, but right now it's like 300 plus. And she's still in the same house. And you see, when even I, because also I am a couplet, I came to know these things late. At least I don't know who had taught her. that you can grow financially and not change your lifestyle so much. So as I went looking for places to build and what, she's still there, very meek. She never shouts, she never does what. You'll never know whether she's, she has money or not. But let me tell you one thing. Today, if I needed 1 million cash, I know where to get it. If I needed cash, if I had that emergency, that lady will get me enough 1 million shika, because she has it somewhere, money market fund somewhere. She has, instead of building her house, she built some rentals. Very nice. Just allowing herself not to grow with the way her money is growing. For over 20 years, that person is more stable than most people who are driving big cars, living in big houses and all that. And so we can borrow a lesson from there. Let us discuss this other one, and we try now to fast. I can see our time is up. Please give me some few more minutes. We finish. Comparison and social pressure. What is this? And how does it happen? Someone want to contribute? What is social pressure? Caleb.
Social pressure, I may say this is when you see your friend, your close relative has bought a very good, nice car, and then you develop pressure and you end up also purchasing some car because somebody has purchased the car, or else you find that somebody has come to work with a very nice suit. You end up also putting more pressure on yourself so that you can earn a suit also. That's what I could have said. Thank you.
Yeah, so how can we overcome it? Anyone? How can we overcome this social pressure? What can we do differently? Yeah, Wanjiru?
I think you can have a plan for your life without, you just focus on your plan. You already have a plan. What others are doing, leave it alone. Just focus on your plan. As long as you know you've made a right plan, you've invested in being advised properly, and just forget about what others are doing.
Yeah, it's as simple as that. I'll go directly to there. That cap your lifestyle upgrade. Oh, this one is like from the other one. This is about friends. So the first one is unfollow and unfriend triggers. I think I had mentioned somewhere. You can unfollow and unfriend triggers. Those people who every time you see them, you don't sleep. You know, we ladies, whenever you go to that chama and you meet that lady, every time she has a new dress, you don't know from Turkey, from where, and it gives you sleepless night. Just stop seeing them often. Just hide yourself, because they are making you spend what you don't have. Then, as Wanjiro has told us, create your personal financial KPIs. Stop doing what the society is doing. Have your own goals and follow them. Then celebrate your progress in your own timeline. Don't want to grow on other people's timeline, their expectation and what they are they are getting. That is their problem. And there is a beautiful quote by a guy called Paulo Coelho that I really love. He said, comparison is the greatest thief of joy. So embrace that quote and stop comparing yourself. One big reason we are here today, it is not that we don't have enough money. It is that we don't have as much as that other person. Yeah? In most cases, you look at yourself deep down, you look at, by the way, is it that really I don't really have a lot of money, enough money for me? Is it that really my money that I get, my salary cannot sustain me? And you find what is disturbing you is just that you want to achieve a life because you have seen other people getting there. So get your own personal goals and want to achieve that. I am thinking of how I can fast track this because of time. So let us not discuss. You're going to get this and learn and repeat on yourself. So there is paying everyone else first and paying yourself last. Again, a big bad habit that we have. You pay everyone else except yourself. The government takes their 30% and you're okay with that. The church asks for their 10% and you give them properly, you don't complain. The shopkeeper wants some. The petrol station people, they want some. The school children, the children's school, they want some. You know, family and friends are waiting for some of that money. By the end of the day, how much do you earn? How much do you get you yourself? You know how much I started feeling pain when I realized this? You know, like after all that toil, a whole month's toil, I have paid school fees, I've paid rent, I have paid for petrol, I've paid, you know, do all these things for food. Grocery people have eaten that money. Everyone has eaten that money. The only person who didn't eat it is who? And I found it is me. So I work for everyone else. Yeah? And sometimes you tell yourself, but even this paying these bills, that is me paying myself. No, that is not you paying yourself. That is you just paying bills. Paying yourself, how I decided to be seeing it, paying myself is thinking of a lady, Mary Karuga, in her 80s. She will be unemployable. She might have health issues. She might not be able even to do social work or anything. She might not even be able to coach. That lady in her 80s, who will pay her if not this one in her 40s? Yeah? When I realized that, I started saving. That I'm not saving for anyone else. I'm saving for me at that age when I won't be able to work and I'll have bills and I will want to, you know, I will have expenses. Who will cater for those expenses for me? If I want that lady to be comfortable, I have to start paying her today. So that is what we mean when we say pay yourself first. Invest today for your future, for what you will eat that day, when nobody will be asking you, oh, Elizabeth, can we hire you here? Can you come and coach us? Can you come and do this for us? That time they won't care, but you'll still have bills. Maybe you will need money more than you need it now. Because you won't have, remember, you won't have insurance, medical insurance, you won't have, you don't know where your children will be by then. Don't count on them so much. I normally look at my parents and say, if they were doing everything counting on their sons, woe unto them. Because the sons are there with them, actually even still asking to be supported in their 40s, 50s. So even as we don't know, don't count on anyone else, count on yourself. Start investing for yourself. And that is why we say, put aside even if it's 10%. Even if it's 10% of what you earn per month. Before the government takes, before you take it to church, before you give it to your family, before you become the rescuer, first rescue that lady. Please think about her, that man, the old man who will be somewhere stranded in life because he has nobody he can ask to help him. Start paying that man today. That is what paying yourself first means, if you have never understood it. So I don't want to spend a lot of money. I'll give you these notes to read for yourself. The final one, we had talked about this, so I won't spend a lot of time. Emotionally triggered spending. When you are happy, you spend. When you are stressed, these are people who say it's end of the week has been so rough, I need to treat myself. In Swahili we say turudishie mwili shukrani. Unfortunately, hii turudishie mwili shukrani, which is not budgeted for, it ends up making you poor, because you always go hoping you're going to spend 1,000. By the time you're coming back, you have even fulizared to make your friends happy. So by the end of the day, it does not help. So what do you do? It is good to know what is your top emotional triggers. Do you tend to go shopping when you are bored? Do you tend to go shopping when you are happy? Do you tend to go when you are sad? Or what is it that makes you go shopping and end up spending money that you had not planned? Yeah. And when you identify them, try now to be careful. When they happen, you try to change your mind. You try to look the other side so that you don't end up doing the very same thing. Then we are talking about embrace value-based spending. Value-based spending is, why am I buying this thing? You know, I can't just buy a dress because I feel happy or because I feel stressed or because I'm sad. Don't go spending to prove something. You know, when you have a small fight with your spouse, you go drinking, you know, to prove or to do what. That's the one we are saying, emotional spending. So by the end of the day, you will end up piling up more problems. Let us avoid that. And then delay gratification. Gratification is that joy we get when we have bought something. But most of the things can wait. If we were just buying something to feel good, and let me tell you, by the way, our emotions are very short term. So right now you're feeling like I have to do this so that I stop feeling boredom, I stop feeling hot. And then you realize if after you have bought that thing, yes, the money is gone, but nothing has changed. Maybe you feel the same, or it will come back again. Yeah, whatever triggered it will come back again. So how long will you keep on wasting your money to please your emotions? So it's also good to embrace a little bit emotional intelligence in money management. Most of us actually are just emotionally unintelligent, and that is why we keep on spending too much. And the final one is having wrong social circles. I have talked so much about friends, so I won't talk a lot. Friends, people who are not helping you to reach your goals, to get to where you would like to be. People whom, when you are together, they never help you. They're just pulling you down or leading you astray about money. Those are social circles to leave. Somebody said that you are an average of 5 people you spend most of your time with. So if they are poor, you are going to be poor, whether you like it or not, you know? So it's a high time we audit our circles and ask ourselves, do I have to remain in this circle? So I want to reach there today. I know there are others, but you're going to lead them when you are alone. I'm going to give you these notes. And we have also not managed to do lesson 4, but don't worry. Actually, it can fit very well with the 2 lesson. It's about getting clarity. But I'll be sending you an assessment, and that assessment will have this this last part here that I've not managed to look at. It's all about knowing how much money do you need and for what. How much money do you need and for what? So though we will come tomorrow and discuss it, take some time. Let me show you. Take some time tomorrow morning if you can, and look at the assignment. Let me share here, day 1. Look at the assignment. It's just to help you to answer that question. This one, dream boards. How much money do I need and for what? For what purpose? You know? So you need to create a vision board that tells you, I need to build my house, for example. So you ask yourself, what kind of a house? You know, then you ask yourself, is this a long-term, medium-term, or short-term goal? You know, medium-term, you can say it's like 3 to 5 years, short-term, 1 to 3 years, and long-term, past 5 years. So when you have done that, also ask yourself, how much will this dream cost me? So I'm giving an example of a house, even how you can insert your dreams in form of images. So try to do this exercise. Get images. To get images, I've given even an example here how you get images in Excel. You will go to insert, then you say online pictures. And then if you're looking, for example, for a car, you just type that you're looking for a car. The car images will come. And you choose the car that you want. Maybe like if I want a maroon hot car. Let me just say sports car. And if you search, you will get several. Which one looks like a sport car here? Let me just take this one for lack of a better one. And then insert. So that is how you can get different pictures to represent your dream. So please create your dream board. When you come tomorrow, we are going to discuss it a little bit. And these exercises also, you don't have to feel the pressure to finish them when we are in this program, but it will be better if you finish them when we're in this program. Because when you go alone, you know, there alone is where you have become this defeated. It's where we all have, including me, that trying it by ourselves have not worked. But now with the guide and you're being told what to do, if you do it, then you grow and things change. So this is just that. You bring an image there, you describe what it is, you say whether it is a medium term or long term, and then you put a deadline to it. When do you want it to happen? And you put some amount. You put some amount to it. So I'll give you this. Then the first page is for you to reflect on everything that we have been talking about today. Your habits and mindset. Your mindset and your habits. What it is, how does it show up in your life? And reflect on it. And write down here how it has been affecting you, and then how are you going to overcome it? How will you rise above it? So there are very nice guiding text here, and I'm going to give you the notes that we have been covering in this recording, so you will be supported to be able to do that exercise. For now, are there any questions if we close it there? Any questions from today or comment? Then we meet tomorrow at 6:55. Please, let's come on time. You see, there's so much for us to do together, but if we don't have enough time, or if we are delaying when I tell you to contribute, that 1 second here, 2 seconds here, it ends up eating up a lot of time. Any question? Pay, and I love it that your takeaway pay, you are 8-year-old now. Good. So if we don't have questions, then we can say good night and see you tomorrow. Please don't fail. If you see anyone who has paid, because we are many, we are supposed to be nearly 60. I don't know where people are. I know most people are waiting for the recording, but recording does not deliver the same. You know, that time I ask you a question and you think, it's not the same as listening to a recording. It's not the same. So please, let's come tomorrow and continue. By the end of this, we will have our finances figured out. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great night.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you and good
Thank
night.
you. Have a good night.
Good night.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Good night, everyone.